but I am sure he's at least my mom and stepfather aren't going to believe me when I tell them Dad's the new Santa years old.
How's Dad go first?
If that's how you feel, Charlie.
What kind of monster kid invites 3 of his parents for career day, letting at least 2 of them present? Is he trying to mock the other kids from single-parent households? Also, isn't the whole thing about Scott that he's distant and never there, but he's here in midday at school for career day?
Bobby, we don't say stupid, and we don't say elves. They're little people.
I almost want to take a sin away for the masterful casting of Mary Gross, but then I'd have to be that guy that took a fucking sin away from the Santa Claus, so...
I am a doctor.
No, he's not. He's a psychiatrist.
This movie really makes me realize how many jokes were mined out of the he's not a real doctor trope. Dentists, dermatologists, psychiatrists, plastic surgeons, podiatrists, they're all apparently open game for comedy gold. Serious question, was this look this popular in 1994? Or was it a pure accident that Wendy Crewson looks exactly like Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction?
I know who you are, Dad. You'll figure it out soon enough.
Did the elves seriously not make any attempts at a follow-up with Scott after Christmas? Sure, they're letting him get his affairs in order, but he's a brand new f***ing Santa, man. At least send him the manual to start reviewing after he gets back.
How can one man, in one night, visit all the children of the world?
And I think there's some sort of time continuum that breaks down what Santa's in the sleigh.
Just go ahead and say yada yada, kid. Not for Santa himself, just for this movie.
Kids saying space-time continuum. Who acts like this? What? Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay.
I mean, you're not listening. We are very concerned about this.
Concerned about what?
I gotta side with Scott in this case. Charlie is a young kid who has a very healthy and active imagination. There had to be many more interesting directions they could have taken this story, instead of just sticking with the concerned, non-believing parents storyline that even sitcoms at this time would have avoided.
We gotta talk about the Santa Claus thing.
Actually, can you do a lot less talking? After they get back from the North Pole, they go through this is it real thing for f***ing ever.
Oh.
And I'm afraid we've already exceeded our unnecessary fart quota for the movie, folks. Let's add, 15 sins as a fair penalty.
Is he saying that fart jokes and burp jokes is an automatic fail because it's lazy?
Calvin.
Oh yeah, remember that super important job that dominated Scott's life, but we haven't seen him at for the last half of the movie? Seriously, how long has it been since these assholes have seen him?
What we gotta do is develop a basic, simple, inexpensive toy.
Calvin, can I see you outside a minute?
He's making boss pissed, he's taking his price. You're gonna find out who's the fraudulent type of Santa Scott. He sucks with this crowd.
I don't know what's happening to you. You're starting to look like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's pastrycist.
I shave in the morning, in the afternoon, I look like this. Could be a hormonal imbalance.
Could be that this guy needs to give his medical degree back. Why would Santa's heart play Jingle Bells?
Wait, what?
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 Why would Santa's heart play Jingle Bells? Based on what happened at the beginning of the film, it's clear that Santa can f***ing die from falling off a roof. So wouldn't all his internal organs act like a normal person's would? And the Parents of the Year award goes to the folks in this park who allow their kids to go up to a bearded stranger and sit on his lap with no supervision. This scene could be best described as peak 90s jeans.
It's the list.
Wait, but didn't Bernard tell him that he had to put a
P next to the kids who are nice and a C next to the naughty ones.
Because this looks like he just checks off a box. Seems like Scott could just let Neil and Laura witness the transformation firsthand and there would be no familial issues for the rest of the movie. You wouldn't even need to cast a custody judge.
Oh, I got dozens of presents. Oh, I got everything except mystery date.
I'm sorry, miss, but you
what?
must have accidentally.
But everything except mystery date.
You have to forgive me. Like I said before, I've only seen this movie 1 or 2 times.
I'm sorry, miss, but you must have accidentally wandered
Or
off the set of the movie that actually required you to act. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
All of your visitation rights are suspended pending a hearing after the first of the year.
Hey, you know what I like in my Christmas movies? Child custody drama. That's why I always pop in my copy of Kramer vs. Kramer at the beginning of December. Single white Santa.
Charlie, he's not Santa.
F***ing Neil.
Charlie!
Even though Dad essentially kidnaps kid and
What?
f***ing Neil.
Charlie!
Oh my gosh. That act. Okay. I think it's safe to say that that acting is pretty bad.
Even though Dad essentially kidnaps Kid and scares the out of the mother, everything will work out okay in the end and all will be forgiven cliché.
Fireplaces will no longer be a problem.
Were they a problem before? They're presenting this like they've had a technological breakthrough, but the preferred method of Santa's entry has always been the fireplace, right? So why is this needed at all? I bet you thought this movie was a lot better than it actually is. I know I did.
All right, let's go. You ready to go, sport?
Hang on, Bernard explicitly told Scott that he had to report by Thanksgiving, but the movie zipped right through the last bit since they've been at the North Pole like it's been a couple days max. So it's either that Charlie's been missing from his mother for a fucking month, or they fucked up this timeline, and either way, it's sinful as shit. Why is everyone wearing protective goggles? It's not as if flames are going to come out of the back of Santa's sled. The usual Santa specs. Chinese checkers. Considering no one is supposed to see Santa, a lot of fucking people see Santa in this movie.
You're fatter this year.
Jesus Christ, stop letting this kid sleep in the living room right by the tree.
Look, there's Mom and Neil's street.
I know, it's like you're once again staying in the city limits of Chicago for this entire night.
Should I point out that the kid hasn't aged one bit?
It'll be okay, kids.
Let him go.
Isn't it supposed to be super late at night? Santa's already made several deliveries. So what's up with these fully clothed children that are up and out on the fucking street? So no one's gonna check on the roof just for shits and giggles since Scott told them that's where Charlie is? Okay, guess not. Carry on. Dude, their whole thing is not being detected, right? Guess not. Carry on. Dude, their whole thing is not...
He should have been screaming for, or to have scars for life for that. You're missing a few things, dude.
being detected, right? Discount Dennis Franz.
We're not kids, and we're not visiting.
I mean, technically one of you is a kid, but semantics.
Mom?
But they literally just said the house was still under police surveillance. Jesus, everything about this final act is the bullshittiest bullshit that ever.
You helped make me Santa.
So really, this whole mandatory separation from your father thing is all your fault. Okay, good talk. Merry Christmas.
I love you, Santa Claus.
I love you, son.
So, are Neil and Laura just cool with Scott now? Just a few hours ago, they had his ass arrested. But they're good with all this playing out? Why?
It's the custody papers. I want you to come and see Charlie as often as you can.
So that's how the legal system works. Man, they're devoting a lot of police force to this non-violent jolly suspect who hasn't been proven to have done anything criminal. What is this, the fucking Blues Brothers?
Up there.
Well, don't just stand there. Fire at will!
Oh, fuck you!
Me, Santa, don't you have places to be?
Charlie?
Upon recovering their only son, who's been presumably missing for the last several weeks, Laura and Neil's first move was to let him stand outside by himself in the snow for quite some time.
Oh, judgment is nigh, for the Belsnickel is I.
Yes, he is finally nigh.
And I want you to ram the stock down your clients' throats till they fucking choke on it. Till they choke on it!
Why doesn't he come in?
Because Daddy says you'll just end up saying something snotty.
Not necessarily.
Jerry, enjoy my wife.
Did you see that? Yes, the frog is certainly taking a beating on this show.
I have a friend who works at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. How'd you like a behind-the-scenes tour?
Really? You could do that?
Easily.
Please, I beg you, don't do this.
Your mama.
How can one
Wait,
man...
what?
Please, I beg you, don't do this.
Your mama.
What?
How can one man, in one night, visit all the children of the world?
And I understand that. I get that, you know, but for me, what it comes down to is like Christmas magic.
I know who you
Yep, Christmas magic.
are, but I heard you were dead.
I could put you in Queens on the night of the hijack.
Really? I live in Queens. Did you put that together yourself, Einstein? What, do you got a team of monkeys working around the clock on this?
I may need to check out that movie again. A few clips, of course.